We can now go across to France 24's Irris Mackler standing by in Jerusalem. Irris, negotiations have begun. Is controversial lawmaker Ben-Gvir likely to get the job he wants?
He's certainly likely to get some job, and we know that because he's gone through this change in the eyes even of Benjamin Netanyahu, who initially didn't have him in his government, didn't encourage him to get into the parliament, then said he wasn't suitable to be a minister. And now that he's sitting atop so many votes, he and his partners, the third largest party in the parliament, then yes, he is demanding to be the police minister. Let that sink in. A man with more than 50 accusations and indeed allegations and indeed charges against him. So he's been found guilty in a court, will now be the police minister. At the moment, you know, from what leaks out from the negotiation rooms, that looks likely to be, well, certainly a real possibility.
We'll see what pushback that gets from the street. Irris, if Netanyahu does succeed in forming this, what looks like a very far-right government, what kind of policies can we expect?
The first thing that they want, which they've all been speaking about, all the members of this far-right coalition, is what they call an override clause. So they want to challenge the independence of the judiciary because they don't like its findings. It's interesting, Israel has no upper house and no state governments. So in many ways, the court takes the role of the House of Review, and they don't like that. They want, as they say, to take back control, something we've heard in other countries as well. And one of the things that the ultra-Orthodox wants is to ensure that young ultra-Orthodox men cannot be drafted or be forced to be drafted into Israel's army. The religious party wants to ensure that they can retroactively allow Jewish settlements built illegally on Palestinian land, private Palestinian land. They want to retroactively allow them to be legalized. So there are those kind of things. And further down the line, perhaps other challenges to the rights of minorities. And that is what is making people very fearful right now. These are not liberals. These are far-right and religious parties with not much interest in anyone but themselves, and definitely not an interest in Israel's minorities, in its Arab minorities, in its women, actually a majority, in its Christians and so forth.
We'll see what other rights get chipped away. Irris, thank you very much for that. Irris Mackler reporting that for us from Jerusalem.